Today on Hughes Garage, we're going to put together one of these awesome new grand billboards. And to be completely different, we're going to let the pictures do the talking. So stick around. Yes, indeed. It definitely looks great, that Pepsi Cola billboard, or the grand billboard. I think everybody needs one of those for their layout, but that's just my opinion. I think it's time to give you an update on the Flying V guitar project that's slowly coming along. Great news this week. I finally got the clear coat done. I ended up using what's called Spray Max 2K. Now, this one I found at the right price through lots of internet searching. It is Spray Max, it says it on the back, but this company has rebranded it and put their logo on the front. I don't know what their business deal is, but instead of like $100, which this stuff is pretty pricey, it was half price, $50 a can. So it's the same stuff. If you're working on anything like this is the stuff to use. It is fantastic. It will give you that guitar factory finish without any effort. So I found it on eBay, and they call themselves Wholesale Paint Group. Half price. I got the two delivered in next to no time, no issues, no problems, and the product works superbly. Great result. So I've attached the neck to the body. Man, I've been hanging to do that. So it's looking fantastic. Look at that. Now I have since done a very fine sanding of the neck. It had a few little pointy, pokey, scratchy bits on the edges and that. I have sanded the face, and it's gone a bit cloudy, which is what happens. I haven't sanded the body because, quite frankly, it's superb. It's got a slight orange peel finish, but what I've done, it's consistent, and I don't think it needs to be sanded. I don't want to, it's just so nice. But I raced out and bought these polishing bits and pieces, different sizes. There's one for the edge. So you attach it to a high-speed drill. I'm going to have a volunteer to hold the drill for me. High-tech stuff here. And yeah, I'm waiting on some polishing compound. I went with some Meguiar's polishing compound that's friendly to clear coat finishes. So it hasn't arrived. Otherwise, we were going to polish this guitar on camera right now and then put the bugger together. So eager. But for today, I'm just going to take the neck back off and get it ready. Actually, no, I think I should leave the neck attached, because this very fine edge here, while we're zipping around with our drill, this is where you can tend to make damage. You can chip off the edge. I think if I just leave that and get in there while it's attached, that'll help protect that very sharp pointy edge there. But anyway, that's the Flying V coming together. Very, very excited. I can't believe how good the finish turned out. They say you can't get a professional quality result with spray cans. Bullshit. Here's the color I used. I ended up using the Dulux Duramax, and this is a gloss vivid white. I was really impressed with these paints, using them on the Ferris wheel and the like. I thought, I'm going to try that on the guitar. It's going on beautifully. I did have to sand and do it again a couple of times because of bugs and flies and bird poop and dog hairs, and I don't have a proper painting booth. But like I said, you can still get a good result if you persevere and attack it in a logical manner. Watch the weather report. Yeah, it wasn't fun, I'll be honest. It was a pain in the ass. But we got there, we got over the line. Again, I'm blown away at how good it is. It's come up fantastic. The neck is brilliant, smooth as. Really, really excited. And just for a humble kit guitar, it's looking remarkably like I bought one. I just can't get over it. Few stupid things like they had a hole drilled in the front of the body there for the little strap button to go on. The thing is, when I tested it, it's so close to the neck you can't actually attach the strap. and then it's in your way if you're soloing up here. Stupid position. So on the Gibson ones, which don't have a bolt-on neck, they had the strap button located here. But because it's a bolt-on neck, you've got this plate. So I found a picture of one where I don't know if they drilled it, was just manufactured that way, but they're putting the strap button there. So I went, yep, that's the best I can do. I don't want it there, don't want it there, I want it there out of the way, and I'll show you why in a sec. But I've got the gold hardware, that will go in there, it'll work perfectly. The other one goes in there, and so it's a perfect balance. It's not top heavy or bottom heavy, it's just, the balance is perfect, amazing. So that's something I'm glad I spotted along the way, not after the finish was all complete. That would have been a pain in the butt. The next thing I've got to do, once I polish it, we've got to paint all these cavities. I've got a special non-conductive paint, or it is conductive. The idea with that combined with the silver foil on the back of the pick guard, once everything is in place, it creates these little Faraday cages, and it fights off all the RF interference and keeps the signal very clean. Not a feature you'll find on a lot of guitars, typically find it on the more expensive ones, which boggles my mind because the little bottle I've got of whatever it's called, I'll put a name up, it's only like $30. So, and it's just dab, done. You see so many people going, oh, look what you can get for $300 now. And you look at it and you pull it apart and you think, yeah, it's not bad. They're CNC machines and doing some good stuff these days, but it's still not good. It's all these little extra things that make the instrument next level. I replaced the faulty, dodgy switch that came with the kit with one of these much nicer switches. I was going to swap over the little black tip, but that just looks too freaking nice. That's like fine jewelry. Oh, burped. I've got to break out the soldering iron. This is the output cable, goes on the output jack. Pickups will be wired directly to their dedicated volume pot. Now that's another thing. These volume pots and tone pot came with the kit, and they're a little bit on the dodgy side too. So I think I'll go with it for now, but I definitely think I'll be replacing them quick smart with much better quality ones, and 500K, which are more ideal with these humbucking pickups. I haven't yet figured out how to wire up this, not that one, this little three-way mini switch. Like I said last time, I want it to be, one position is just normal, as per normal humbucking pickups. Middle, it swaps them out of phase, so you get this scooped out sound when you're in the middle position. You've got both pickups active. And then a coil tap, which splits the humbucker into single coils, so the guitar suddenly becomes more like a Stratocaster kind of sound. Now with that combination and the ability to switch between the different pickups and volumes, tones, you can basically create any kind of sound out of this guitar. To be honest, I'd be happy with just one humbucking pickup and a volume knob. That'll do me, rock out. But no, we're just gonna, it's experimental. We're gonna see what we can achieve with this, learn from it. I'll definitely be doing another one. I think I'll do an Explorer next. I always wanted a Flying V and an Explorer. And I never got one because they always looked a bit, I liked them, but there was always these odd choices these guitar companies would make with certain things. Like on the Gibson Explorer, sleek, straight lines, very sleek, futuristic look. And then they've got this, everything looks great, even the pickguard's straight. And then on the headstock, which is one of those droopy Eddie Van Halen style headstocks he made popular in the early 80s. But the pickguard, sorry, not the pickguard, the truss rod cover, it's not shaped in the same sort of style as the rest of the guitar. You have a look at this. It's this ornate tulip style thing that looks like something your grandmother would wear. It doesn't go with the frickin' guitar, and yet it's... Have a look at every Gibson Explorer. They've got this same bell tulip shaped truss rod cover, and it's like my eye goes straight to it every time. It's like, how can they get that wrong? How can they get that wrong? It's clearly wrong, and little things like that on the V's, they were almost there, but there was always these little design features that I went, what? Do they not understand the basic principles of design? What the hell? You can imagine there's these different sections, and everybody gets it right, and then it arrives at the final section, and it must be a nepotism employment situation where it's the boss's third cousin or something, and he has to employ him, and that's the one that stuffs it up. Yeah, that's how that works usually, I think. I'm not having one of those bloody things on my guitar. So, do I hear a package arriving? Yes, I was right. Delivered to the door. Let's crack it open. It's time for...
Ooh, show us your package.
Wow! I'm not sure what this one is. Well, that's perfect timing, and I did not set this up. The guy actually just arrived. It's exactly what I need. This is a guitar neck rest. How's that? See what I mean? These things just arrive when you need them at the perfect moment. How does that work? They've got the place bugged that day. They've got cameras. I'm getting paranoid now. How do they do that? All right, that's a nice banged about box, and it's just a cork. Let's stab it. Cork brace for working on the guitar. When we put this together, we start putting on all the hardware. Definitely need this. In fact, I've got something hidden under here, which is propping this guitar up at the moment. Feel that off. So, go away. So this just goes under the neck, depending on what sort of guitar you've got. Acoustic, got a bigger body, but this one will be used there. And it just helps when you're doing the work, you're fiddly, adding the little tuners, putting the stringies on, putting one of those horrible Gibson truss rod ornate covers that your grandmother wears to funerals. Put them on because it's good. No, it's not. It's a poor design. I'm sorry. And all the classic fanboys are going, what's he saying? No, have a close look. Go and read it. Go and study a few books on design, period, whether it be architecture, whatever. Familiarise yourself with things like the Fibonacci sequence and stuff like that. Architecture, design, and then go back and start having a look at some of these things. There's been some horrific little faux pas in these guitars along the way. So that's why I never actually purchased one, because I could never find one that ticked all the boxes. So it was a matter of, okay, I'm just going to have to build my own one day. Finally, here's this one. I've gotten rid of the NAF. NAF item number one was having the bloody output carved out of the body here, and this thing sticks out. Bloody stupid. And they knew that because when they redesigned it in the 60s or 70s, they moved that output jack to here. And it's smart because everything, all the electronics is contained here. It's not in the guitar. It's just, I can lift this in and out to work on it. It makes perfect sense. Absolute perfect sense. And you haven't got this stupid cable sticking out. Instead, I've got it sticking out here. Just kidding. No, you'll see when it's finished. I've made a little bit of a deal of myself there, haven't I? No, it's all seriousness. I use a 45 degree or a 90 degree angled jack on that, and that comes down there, gets tucked in where the strap is attached to the guitar. The cable wraps around the strap there, and it's sticking out the back, out of the way. It's visually, aesthetically pleasing. You don't trip over it, doesn't get in your way. It's the way to go with a V guitar. Not a great big bloody aerial sticking out. Absolutely ridiculous design. So we got rid of that. And that's about it. Oh, I got this from the States, some proper quality wiring. This is vintage wiring too. It's got the cloth covering, insulation. Very good. Found that on Amazon of all places. What we've got to do is when you put the bridge Duvalakis in, you'll see there's a little hole there. Well, what you have to do is you have to create an earth. So you've got to put wire through this hole and have the end of it exposed, and then when you tap in this little doodad, there's a technical name for it, it's forcing itself against the bare wires, and then that earth wire gets attached to the larger part of one of your pots. I'll probably go for the tone pot. Because that's the first one away, probably that one. Yeah, so usually there's an earth cable going to the bridge. On a Stratocaster you see it wide to that claw that holds the springs. Very important. Otherwise you'll get a lot more humming and buzzing. But with that done correctly, with the mini Faraday cage scenario created using that special paint, this guitar should be clean as a whistle. It should be pretty free of any nasty noises. But then again, I've never used these pickups before. We shall see. Well, that's all I've got for you today. Yes, I did get over the cold, but it's hanging on a little bit. I just went to the gym and went into beast mode and nailed it and kicked its butt. And a few of you were a bit worried about me. Thank you for that. Nothing to worry about. Yeah, we live in a funny world these days. There's a lot of people who are afraid of their own shadows, and things happen. Oh, what's this? Oh, it could be. Got to stop watching that mainstream media, really. Like, there's some great people that work in TV. I worked in TV for 7 years. That was how I started my working life. Commercial television. I was working in mainly post-production, but I worked with all the crews. There's some great, wonderful people working in television. And then there's the fucking pricks above them. Yeah, enough said. Hey, if Elon can say it, so can I. So can you. Go outside now and say it out loud. That's all I've got time for you guys this week. Coming up in a few weeks' time, I'm going to do somewhat of a post-apocalyptic episode. And that's going to be featuring this Scalextric's Mad Max vehicle that I've shown earlier. Now, not only have we got that one, I have in fact acquired the Road Warrior 2 movie weathered version. So this is very cool. I've got chips on order for these so we can run them around the Carrera track. But I'm going to be making a special diorama, if you like, right here. With that Mad Max kind of theme. There's going to be some, well, I won't give it too much away, hey, but it's going to be pretty cool. And there may be a music video involved as well. So keep an eye out for that one. It's going to be a cracker. So thanks for watching this week. This is amazing. You need to get one of these for your layout. It looks fantastic. That's all I've got to say about that. Have a great week, everyone. Stay safe. Best wishes to Boone, by the way. I've already said that. When I heard I texted him, the smart thing to do, a guy's laid up in hospital, what's the smartest thing you can do? Text him, yeah. But he responded immediately saying, I didn't keep it in the slot. So he's even got a sense of humour after something like that. He's going to be fine. Best wishes to him and the family. But yep, we'll see you next week for more shenanigans on Hughes Garage Slot Car Adventures. You want to get out of here? You talk to Moy. What does Moy mean? Is that me? Me? Is that what he means? Me? Boy. Yeah.